Today's slightly obscure, non-Instagram hyped film camera is the Ricoh 35ZF, and I reckon this camera is actually a bit of a sleeper. Introduced in 1976 and apparently made in Taiwan, it's understated and pretty conventional looking, but actually packs quite a lot of punch for what it is. It has shutter priority auto and full manual control, a good 40mm f2.8 lens, and zone focusing with a distance scale marked with symbols as well as in feet and meters. The minimum focusing distance is a fairly standard 90 centimeters or 3 feet. If you're into flash photography, there's a hot shoe and a PC socket. My example has this kind of unusual mushroom-shaped shutter release button, which is also threaded to accept a cable release for long exposures. Speaking of long exposures, it does have a bulb mode and shutter speeds from 1/8 of a second up to 1/500th. The shutter is very quiet, so I think this camera would be well suited to street photography or anywhere you don't want to attract attention with a loud clack every time you take a photo. It's reasonably compact at 110 by 71 by 56 millimeters or 4.3 by 2.8 by 2.2 inches, with a weight of around 400 grams or 14 ounces. Officially, it takes a 1.35 volt Mercury PX625 battery. Of course, these aren't available anymore, but a cheap and commonly available 1.5 volt LR44 fits in the compartment, and the exposures I got when I used it in automatic mode seemed to be fine. The viewfinder is nothing special, but not bad either, and there's a scale on the right-hand side which shows the aperture setting the camera has chosen when you're in the automatic exposure mode. This one is an ST model, which also includes a mechanical self-timer. On my example, the light seals look pretty perished, and there's a bit of play in the door, but I didn't experience any light leaks in testing. I wasn't trying particularly hard to get them, but I wasn't trying not to either. I shot a test roll of Color Plus, some on automatic exposure and some manually with a handheld meter. I did miss the focus on a couple of frames, which is just one of the hazards of zone focusing. With practice you do get better, and it's really only a concern for subjects less than a couple of meters away. You can always carry a small tape measure with you if you're planning to shoot portraits and want the best chance of achieving good focus. So, pros and cons? Well, it's mostly pros to be honest. The size, weight, cost and simplicity, and you can use it manually if your battery dies. As for cons, I guess scale focusing, although on the pro side, you're not going to have any problems with an out-of-whack rangefinder or focusing screen, which can be very frustrating. The top shutter speed of only a 500th could be an annoyance if you've loaded 400 speed film and you're shooting on a bright day, as you may end up at f11 or f16, so there'll be no option for out-of-focus backgrounds. But that's pretty standard for leaf shutter cameras of this era. Although it is pretty basic, the Ricoh 35ZF is actually really enjoyable to use and can make excellent pictures. If I didn't already have other cameras that do a similar job, I'd be quite tempted to keep this one. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about the camera, and I'll do my best to reply.